We are live.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to our marketing conversation. This whole week we're talking marketing because I feel like if you don't have marketing, no one knows you exist. Your salon's probably going to shut down. So the reason why I know so much about marketing, James, is because I spent the last probably 20 years trying to figure it out. And I spent hundreds of thousands of dollars on Google ads and Facebook ads to only get my ass kicked from Zucks and the team at Google to learn it the hard way. So I don't want you to learn the hard way. So I'm going to tell you all the things that I learned so it's easy for you. And that's what we want to do in life. If you go down the path, you want to tell the people who are behind you how to get there and avoid all the mistakes and obstacles. So,
Nick, real quick, what have you been marketing for the past 20 plus years?
in terms of like Shopify stores, salons, what?
And everything. Like what have what
Yeah,
have you
so-
what have you been marketing? Like what,
So when it
what
comes
is your
to Google,
expertise in marketing?
yeah, when it comes to Google, I wound up trying to start a website for action sports and could not get off the ground. So I was in a salon, obviously, and I'm working. And I was like, you know what? I'm trying to sell like snowboards and skateboards and all this other stuff, but I'm a licensed hairdresser. I can get products for $20, sell them for 40. Why don't I just sell shampoo? So my salon was right next to a Salon Centric. I started selling shampoo online. And when I did that, I used all this stuff that I learned that I couldn't get to work selling other things online, and it took off. Then I was like, wow, if it works for shampoo, I'm sure I could market services the right way on Google and Facebook. And I figured out how to do that. And that's how I grew from 1 to 5 locations. And then I literally took this salon where I'm at here, the salon's like 2 doors down that way, from zero, from scratch, new build out to over $1 million a year the first year. And I did that off of Facebook and Google ads. So I do know a thing or two when it comes to advertising a service business. But today, what we're going to talk about is local SEO and local advertising. When you hire an agency or hire someone to help you with ads, whether it's Google, Facebook, whatever, one of the things that no one tells you about is structuring your website the right way. So on a local organic level, your company, your salon is being found without the help of any advertising boost, right? If it's not, you have to go back and kind of go to the basics and make sure that your JSON LD file, your robot.txt file, the structure of your website is sound. Like it's easily crawled. You have a fast page load. So when someone clicks on any one of your links or blogs or whatever, your page loads fast. Has to be optimized for mobile. You have to make sure you're looking at it from a tablet, from a mobile. You have to be able to make sure that it loads fast enough for someone, if they don't have Wi-Fi, they're using their phone's data, it can load fast there too. So there's a couple of things from minimizing your CSS or minimizing your JavaScript, minimizing your code, lazy page load so that the images are loading in the background. So as you scroll through the page, it happens fast. And that way, above the fold, like the first thing that you see on a website, whether it's on your phone or a computer, is loaded while the rest of the page is loading later. That way, the first impact that person has is with a fast visual. And it's not like, when's this page going to load? I'm out of here. So once all that's done, then you could really start focusing on your Google ads and your meta ads. But if you're leading them somewhere and the experience is terrible, you just wasted a click. So they're not even going to be able to see how amazing your salon is if they're bouncing off. So one of the things you want to look at is your bounce rate. And if your bounce rate's really high from an organic standpoint, you're just going to be wasting your money when you spend ads trying to get someone to learn more about your salon. So today's topic is going to be how to become number one on Google. And if you focus on that, there's a couple key things that are going to let you know that it's time to advertise the right way. First thing is your Google business page. You want to make sure you're in the top 3 of that map pack, they call it. And if you're not, it's a couple of reasons why. A, your name, your address, your phone number aren't congruent against all platforms. So your website, your Google business page, your Yelp, your Bing, your Foursquare, your Yahoo, these are called local citations. If you go to brightlocal.com, put in your Google business page, you'll import all your data. It would show you all the discrepancies with your name, your address, your phone number. That has to be dialed in because then you're not a trusted authority by Google, which will hinder your ability to become number one. That's first and foremost. Number 2, your reviews, social proof. Every single person that comes to your salon should be leaving you a review. If they're not, you're failing at being a true marketer and really letting the world know how amazing you are. So every single person has to leave you a review, preferably 5 stars, but that's, I shouldn't have to say 5 stars, but some people don't really push the reviews. You want to make sure if someone has a bad experience, don't ask for the review. See if you can make it better first. And you know this as a hairstylist. Like, something was a little off with that person. Always follow up the next day. Hey, Jen, you were in the salon yesterday. I just want to say thank you for choosing our salon. How was your experience? If she's honest, she's going to say it sucked. If it sucked, if it was great, she's going to say it was great. If she says it sucked, get her back in the salon, wow her with a 5-star experience. Then after you do that, then really ask her for the review. Now, if she says it was great, all right, Jen, I see you left us a 5-star review on our booking software. What would it take for us to get a 7-star review? And then that way, you're kind of digging a little deeper on what and how that experience was. So you want to make sure you're always asking for a review. And if you know something's off with that, before you ask for that review, make sure it really was a 5-star experience. So you're not getting the 3 and 2-star reviews. Now, that's your Google business page. Google also has an AI aspect to it. So if you ever Google anything now, like I'm not in front of a computer, I'm doing this unscripted off the top of my head, you're going to see like the AI snippet, right? That little bit of AI, the AI answer you get from Google. And then on the right-hand side, you get a couple different websites that it's showing you, and even Instagram or YouTube videos now, that help deliver the answer to your question. The reason why I'm saying this is content is king. You're going to hear Gary Vee say that. You're going to hear Hermosi. He's a beast with his content. They push out a lot of content. You look at guys like Grant Cardone, anyone who's really big into any of the marketing areas, Sabri Subri, they produce content at scale that just blow the competition away. With content being king, you want to produce valuable content, not just put garbage out into the world just to get keywords listed on Google. It's not going to help you now with AI in the mix. So AEO is answer engine optimization. AEO and SEO live in the same house. They love each other, right? They might be in separate rooms, but it's the same house. The same structure is what you need. So your website, with all of that should be structured sound for your SEO to come up first on Google, is very important for AEO as well. But the content is different now. People want answers. They're not just searching for random things where keywords are going to be effective. Not to say that keyword or keyword optimization isn't important. The structure of how you format your content in a way that allows the AI engines to crawl it to serve that answer to a person who has that question. So why are highlights better than balayage? That might be something, or are highlights better than balayage? That might be a way you word a subtitle on your blog of your website. You might have a service page with highlights. So should you get highlights or balayage? That kind of vernacular, that language being used on your pages is only going to help the AIs crawl it efficiently, because really what AIs are is they're learning language models. They don't really know information. They know patterns of words, at least from what I was taught. And so based on a certain series of words and how that pattern shows up in a way is how they're going to use that to serve to somebody to give them the answer to their question, whether they're using ChatGPT, Perplexity, Claude, whatever the AI tool is. So it's important that you structure the content on your website in a way that allows AI to use common language. Like a lot of these professional marketing agencies create this AI garbage that is not written by a human. It has no brand voice. It just looks like shit. Like it's not going to prove that you are an expert at what you do. You're an authority. You have experience. You're trustworthy. It's not going to prove any of that. Leads me to my next area of becoming number 1 on Google. EEAT. Experience, expertise, authority, and trustworthiness. You have to make sure every piece of content, everything that you do online shows that you're an authority, well, shows that you have experience, expertise, you're an authority, and you're trustworthy. If it doesn't, you will not become number 1 on Google. It's super competitive out there. Not to say you can't use AI. You have to use AI the right way. The way we use AI is we make sure we capture our brand voice. We have a bunch of content that I wrote physically that I use so the AI can learn my tone and how I write so it can duplicate my voice. Then I test it in other AI platforms to make sure that it actually sounds like me. And if you're not trustworthy, if you're not an authority, if you don't have experience and you don't have expertise, it's not going to bring you up to be number one. Sorry, but if you're a brand new website too, your experience is not going to be there. You don't have any domain authority. So for all of you guys with a new website or starting a new brand, you're kind of going to be like left behind a little bit. You're gonna have a lot of work to do. For those of you who've now had a website for 5, 10, 15 years, but you didn't do shit with it yet, it's cool. Like you're already ahead of the game because your website's been around for a while. You have some domain authority, which is going to impact you huge to get to the ranks of number one. If you're new, you're going to have to brute force it with content, citations, backlinks. Don't worry about backlinks. Like when you hire someone from like an agency or someone from Upwork, they're going to be like, oh, we got to do more backlinks. Don't do shitty backlinks. It's only going to hurt you. Reach out to a lot of different outlets, like blogging outlets and different websites that have something to do with your niche, whether it's eyebrows, hair color, microblading, cutting, skincare, beauty overall. Create content, reach out to them and see if they want to use that content for their blog that they can link back to. Become a guest blogger somewhere that you can link that back to your website. You want to make sure that if there's like a local college in your town, see if you can get cited on their weekly or monthly or daily newsletter or any kind of publication they have online. A .edu is great for brand authority and trustworthiness. It's phenomenal. So any local colleges, you want to make sure you're talking to them about having maybe one of their journalists be a guest blogger, and you guys can kind of link back and forth. Now, inside of your website, when Google and AI crawl your website, you want to lead them somewhere. So then now there's internal linking. If they come on your service page and it has all the information about highlights and color, they're probably going to want a haircut or a blowout. Make sure you link to those services too. Make sure that the layout and the way you structure the words on the page, it flows. You don't just stuff words in there. You want it to read from top to bottom, obviously, and take the AI robot or the customer, the visitor to your website on a journey and then link them somewhere else. The more time they can spend on your website as a visitor, that also shows brand authority and trustworthiness. So if they come in and they read one thing and leave, it's okay because they didn't bounce right away. But if you could have them come to your website and read something, and then now they're reading a review and they're on there for a long time, that length of time is measured by Google. That length of time says, wow, this website seems like a really good customer experience. We want to give our customers, Google, the people who use that search engine, a really good experience. So this website seems to be like a really great website because people stay on here for a while and they click around, they read things. That's going to help you become number one on Google. All of this stuff matters. If you're busy doing hair, you probably just listened to the last 5 minutes of me ranting about this, and you're probably like, this seems like a lot of work. No shit. That's why people charge a lot of money for SEO if they do it right. A lot of people do it wrong. So we happen to do it right because I happen to hire people in the past that did it wrong for me, and I had to learn the hard way. So I taught myself how to do all this stuff. So this is how we help people. If you are a salon owner, and obviously we have the coaching business and everything else that we help them with the leadership and operations, but when it comes to SEO, do not hire an agency that does not own a hair salon, that does not understand local SEO, because the other aspect of you being a local business, you need to make sure you have local language, whether it's weather patterns, whether it's landmarks in your area, all of that also on your website somewhere to show that you're a local authority, not just an authority on hair. So when someone Googles best hair salon in Montville, best hair salon in Fairfield, best hair salon in Parsippany, best hair salon in East Hanover, these surrounding towns around my salon all have pages on my website that showcase me as the best hair salon in each one of those towns, not just for a salon. Best haircut, best balayage, best color, best corrective color, best bristling and blowout. And then when we create blogging content, we create it around the weather patterns. What's it like to deal with dry hair in the winter in New Jersey. Well, that's a blog that we have on our website. Why? Because somebody might be Googling, how do I deal with a dry scalp? Google knows because I've had where their location set on their phone that they live in New Jersey. They may even put in New Jersey. My blog has that information in there. Guess what blog gets served to them? Whether it's through AI, ChatGPT, or Google. You're right. My blog. You guessed it. And who gets that client? Me. Not the salon down the street, who might even be better than me at hair. But I win the client because I put the work into the content. So those of you who are like, if I build it, they'll come. Yeah, you built a salon. No one knows you exist. Like, you just started the game. Building the salon and starting the salon and putting the chairs in there and hiring the stylist, that's the beginning. That's like the starting line. You got a whole marathon to run. And that whole marathon is called being a business owner and an entrepreneur. If you don't want to play the game like a professional, just know that you're going to have an average business. So there's levels to this shit. And if you want to become a professional and you want to get to the top level, you have to play like a professional. And that means not just being amazing at your service. That's a given. If you suck at what you do, good marketing makes a bad product fail faster. You have to be a professional, not just at cutting and coloring, a professional at marketing, a professional at the customer journey, a professional at the experience, a professional at every aspect of business. Then you'll become number one. That's my spiel on Google, becoming number one on Google. Guys, if you have any questions, James, we're going to open up the Q&A right now. So guys, if you're listening right now, get the questions ready to go. I'm going to talk for another minute or two. I just want to say it's not an impossible feat. It just needs to be consistent. If you can't commit to every single day writing a blog, then commit to once a week or 3 times a week. If you can't commit to doing 5 local pages a day just to get yourself up in the rankings, do 1. I would much rather see you produce 1 piece of very well-written content or a structured website once a week than put garbage out there every single day. So pick the next town over and say, all right, I'm going to create a page on my site that says we're the best salon in Montville. The next week, I'm going to do one for Parsippany. The next week, I'm going to do one for Fairfield, then Caldwell. And I'm going to spend all my time making sure that I talk about my client, Barbara, who left the Starbucks on Bloomfield Ave and realized that her color was getting brassy and she realized she didn't book her appointment when she left. And then I take them through the story. A person reading that is going to feel like they know Barbara, they know my salon, and I named every single thing in the town. They're going to feel like I'm talking to them. And for anyone who says blogs are dead, you're 100% wrong. You need that content on your site to give the AIs something to look at on your website. If you just have a landing page with no content, you have a service menu on there, some bullshit about us page, you're going to lose. If you have your service menu that links to each one of the services with a very detailed page describing what that service is, what makes you guys number one, you're already ahead of the game. Your stylists, you meet the team. Guess what? Meet the team on one page, click on that person's name, go to a whole new page that lists out all their favorite products, everything about them, where they live, what they do, what they specialize in, all the awards, all that stuff, then all the reviews on the bottom. And you do that for all of your stylists. Guess what? Now you have 10 or 12 or however many stylists you have with dedicated pages all talking about the services that people are looking for in your area. It just gives you more brand authority and more site authority. So I just wanted to say that one last spiel while James was looking up the comments. If you guys need help with that, do me a favor. Don't try and figure out your own. Don't hire somebody to screw up your website for you and do this wrong for you unless they specialize in salons. And if they say they specialize in salons, make sure they own a salon and make sure they know the language of salons and know the language your clients are speaking in so they can deliver the content to them effectively. Because that's what I did and that's what I do. And that's how I was able to grow the business the way I did, because I knew the language that the clients were speaking. I knew the language we had to get to the search engines and to AI. I made the bridge for them to connect each other. And then voila, I have a successful business where I have a lot of people calling my salon or booking online. James, let's get into Q&A.
Real quick. Thank you guys for all the comments on how great our camera is, because they all think you're AI on YouTube. It's hilarious. Comments are going crazy.
Guys, this is a live recording. This is not AI.
I know. They think you're AI generated. They're like, this is fake.
I'll show you guys right now. We're not AI if you're watching on YouTube. Here's my time. It's Wednesday. Can you see that?
Nope. Kind of. It's blurry.
Okay. What? It's Wednesday, the 10th, 42 degrees in New Jersey. It's 12:21. So.
Yep. So we got Wild's Nails. I need all of this. My services are good. We have a 4.9 rating on Google, but no website besides our booking site. I think you should reach out to Nick, shoot him a DM. We can help you out.
Yeah,
with that.
guys, your booking site is not a website. It's bullshit. Don't buy into it. When you have the interview with the booking software and they tell you they have a store you can sell online, they have a booking website. It sucks. You can't optimize it. You need access to the code to build out the proper schema files. So if you go to validate schema, put it in Google. If you go to rich results on Google as well, put in your domain name and take a look at the results. Like that's the shit that you need to have. Like that's what AI looks for. That's what Google looks for. You can't optimize that on a booking website. Booking websites are part of the equation. Like you should have a booking site too that links back to your main site. Like you should open up one for all of them. That's part of the local citations I was talking about. But the nail salon who just spoke, shoot me a DM. We'll get you dialed in. We could build you out a Shopify store, which I think is the best website for hair salons because you could do local SEO on it. Any person who says local SEO is stronger on a WordPress site, I'd love to invite you to the show and let's have a debate on it.
So that brings me to my next question. Someone asked, do you like websites like Wix or Squarespace?
Yeah, I like Shopify. Here's why. Part of what we do is selling retail. And for those of you who have a hair salon, do you put your retail 2 blocks down the street in some random store? No, you sell the shit in your salon. Why? Because the clients are there. They want to buy it. You can sell it to them. The same thing is true with your salon's website. If someone's coming to my website and they want to learn about our services, I could probably have them read a blog about how to get volume in their hair, which proves that we're an authority and we know what we're doing. But guess what else I do? I link to the product I'm describing in the blog to the product they can buy on my website. So now I'm making money off my website rather than just paying for a hosting fee. Not just that, but I can now advertise locally the products that people are searching for. They may not be searching for the best hair salon. They may be searching for Olaplex number 3 because they saw a TikToker talk about it. Now they Google it. Guess what they find? My website. Guess what they click on? My product listing. Guess where they wind up? Buying the product from me. Guess what they get in the mail? The product plus a gift card to my salon, which is 2 miles down the road. See how this works here? See why I have the best, pretty much the best program in the industry? No one teaches this shit, guys. Like this is what you need to be doing if you want to be successful today's day and age doing hair. You get killed with your credit card processing fees. You get killed with taxes. Every stylist wants more commission. If you're not leveraging every opportunity to make more money, you are going to have to close your salon down. That's why it's important that you understand the language of marketing and understand that Wix will not get you here. It will just get you here. Having a Shopify store not only capitalizes on your ability to make money while you sleep, you're able to now have 2,000, 3,000, 4,000 products listed on your website that give you more domain authority. And you could optimize each listing too for local SEO if you wanted to. All right, James, next question.
Real quick before the next question, a couple people are asking where they can watch this replay. Anybody who wants to watch it, make sure you go to Nick's YouTube channel. It's uploaded there right after the episode is done being live. So if you want to rewatch Nick, go check it out. Subscribe to his YouTube, like, and share it to anybody that needs this information because it seems like a lot of you are really enjoying it.
I threw a lot of shit out, you guys, too. I'm sorry, but like this, I don't need a script. I'm literally no research or anything. I'm just spitting what I know.
So we have Bacoas. They're one of our clients. She said, this is Haas, loving my SEO with Nick. How long should blogs be? And she also said that I've gone up 1 star on Google since Nick took over my SEO.
All right, beautiful. Haas, she had a lot of different salons, right? So for her experience, like for she was like behind the 8 ball. She's an amazing hairstylist. She's the person who's the best in her area, but because she had 3 locations and her address and phone number were all off on every location, whoever helped her out before me, they kind of like sabotaged her local visibility. So she's about a month and a half away because we've been doing it now for about 2.5, 3 months to really popping up through the ranks. Now, once we dialed in her local SEO, once we dialed in her local citations, she has the authority coming back and the trustworthiness. So now Google's like, oh, this is the salon's phone number. This is the address. Oh, they are right here. Let's serve this client their information. So if you guys change your name a lot and you like have multiple people working in your search engine optimization stuff for your website, make sure you are explicitly dialed in on your name, your address, and your phone number. That's going to hurt you more than you really think. I know it sounds so basic and simple, but once you go to Bright Local and like she had like 60 or 70 listings that were all wrong. When I say wrong, I meant like there was all a discrepancy between each one. Like 3 were this way, 2 were that way. One had the wrong phone number. One had the wrong address. One had the wrong name of the salon. Like, don't think you're clever by naming your salon like other names to try and get more visibility on that particular platform. Name it what it is. Like, don't be silly. Like, if your salon's Nick Marabella Salon, name it Nick Marabella Salon. Not Nick Marabella Salon Fairfield, Nick Marabella Salon Chatham, because I have 2 salons in each one of the cities. It's just whatever the salon name is. All right, James.
She wanted to know how long blogs should be. We're doing all your blogs for you.
Blogs should be as long as they need to be. No longer, just to get the message across. I think, how many are our blogs?
Blogs are, some are longer than others. It depends on the topic.
Yeah. So the topic is, if the topic can get the information to the client in 3 paragraphs, then do it in 3 paragraphs. If it needs to be 10, do it in 10. But the cool thing about blogs, you want to make sure that the structure, I forgot to say this too, guys, you have a hierarchy of each one of the segments of the blog. Those are your H tags. So you have your H1 tag as your title tag, essentially. Then you have your H2, your H3. This structure, that is your back-end code, right? They're called H tags. And it's your it allows Google to know what the blog's about. And then so based on the hierarchy, it's like, this is the main topic of the blog. These are the subtopics of the blog. And so when they go to ask information, it's easier for it to serve that subtopic to somebody if they're looking for that specific answer. That's why it's important to be really dialed in on your H tags. I'm also really good at hair too, I promise. All right, James. Give it to me.
We got, hold on. I have SEO rank number 1. I have SEO number 1 rank, and I want to start doing Google ads, but not losing my ranking. And
you won't.
The problems with that.
Yeah, you're not going to lose your rankings number 1
organically.
Yeah, you if you're already number 1 on Google, that's awesome. Let's take a look at what you're showing up for. And is there another service you want to show up for number 1? And now start dedicating some time to that. There's I think Screaming Frog, Ahrefs. There's a bunch of websites you can look at. SpyFu is another website. Take a look at your competition. SpyFu is called. I have a little cold, I think. But SpyFu will give you what your competition or what your other salons in your area are ranking for, and see if you can outrank them by doing an organic push on content, just so you can get ahead of them for what people are searching for. Now, when it comes to your ads, right? Here's a great strategy. You can do a specific search ad for the best hair salon in whatever town you're in. You could do a specific search ad if you wanted to. Who's the biggest competitor you have in your town? Do that salon's name, do a search ad for them. Do that salon's names or reviews for that salon's name, because someone might be looking for reviews for that. You are going to pay for, because they're probably not advertising their name with reviews. You advertise that salon's name plus reviews. So the client who's looking for that salon's reviews, they see your particular title, they click on it, it goes to your website where all you do is show their lowest reviews, and then all you show is your highest reviews, and then you probably win that client. That's a little trick that I do in my area.
Turnip Seed Teresa, where will I put the blog? Probably a stupid question. No stupid questions at all.
Yeah, it's gonna be on your website, but post it on your website, then go to Reddit and then find out. Go to Answer the Public. It's a great place to find out what people are asking around the internet. Go to Reddit, go on all the forums, go on Facebook, be part of all these groups, right? Where people are looking for beauty information. After you post it on your website, post a link to that blog in that forum and give them the answer they're looking for that leads back to your blog. That also increases domain authority. Reddit's huge for that, guys. Like if you're not on Reddit and you want to increase your SEO, get on there. By posting your blog, I should say. Like there's a strategy to it. If you guys want to learn the strategy, I have a community where we talk about this in depth, and we even do it for you, but we teach you exactly how to do it yourself and how to hire the right person on your team so they can do it for you too. Shoot me a DM.
We got
because too many people get taken advantage of, and I'm sick of it. Like these agencies come out here and they take your money, $2,500 a month, $2,000 a month, $3,000 a month for SEO, and they suck. Like you could do it yourself.
We got Tanya Brooks over on Facebook. Do I need to pay for ads to rank, or can I do this for free?
No, SEO is all, well, it's free to an extent. You're not paying to be number one. You pay to be sponsored number one. You pay in blood, sweat, and tears to become number one when it comes organically. So it's going to cost you time to write the blogs, learning lessons. But if you put the effort in to learn how to do this, you don't have to pay anyone. But the problem is if you hire someone and they don't do it right, you're losing valuable time. So it's important that you hire the right person. But no, paid and organic are two different things. The better your organic is, the better your paid does. So if you have a very good site structure, when you're paying for ads for people to go there, it's a better experience for that person. So just like content, when it comes to social media, if your organic content's good, you could just pay to boost it, right? Pay to advertise that organic content. If your organic content sucks and you advertise it, it's going to be a shitty ad. Don't even waste your time. I'd rather you focus more energy on making better organic content. And once it does well, you're going to get busier in the salon. Then off the profits you're making off you being busier, then you take that money and then you put that towards advertising. All right.
We got BHD Cowie. What commission do you suggest giving your booth renters for selling retail in your salon?
It all depends on what you get the products for. But I mean, 10% commission, 20% commission, if you get a good discount on it. And when I say discount, guys, we all get 50% off the products. Like, obviously, I'm talking, you have to negotiate with these vendors and these brands to get a bigger discount. That way, if you get 20 off the back end, you can give them, 20 on the front end sale. But I would say 20% for a booth renter because they can essentially have their own product. So I would make it worthwhile to them to move the product. But again, that's why you should have Shopify, because all those clients will start buying the products online from you.
We got Edges by Erica. What if I work out of my house? Can I still rank on Google?
Yeah, you could actually. 100% you could. So for Google business page, you just don't list your address. So your address wouldn't be available, right? Because you want people to show up at your house at weird hours of the night. But your organic traffic for a local business, it's tricky because you really don't want to list your address. If you don't mind, you can list it. But all of your content on your website could be the best hair salon in whatever town you're in. And you 100% could rank with SEO out of your house. It's just, you got to do things a little differently because obviously it's your house and you live there.
We have Bob Queen Tasha. Can you explain what backlinks are?
Yeah. So backlinks are any, like when you go to like www.nicksthebesthairsaloncoachintheworld.com, that's a link. Now, if that's a blog on my website and somebody who's doing a review on salon coaches puts that on their blog, that links back to my website again, that particular blog. So that's a link linking back to that particular piece of information or linking back to my website. All it is just links that come back to your domain. So the more people linking to you, more people sharing your content. Like social media doesn't give you a backlink. It's just a social share. But there's like people who do reviews on things. And so if someone's doing a review on hair salons and you're the top hair salon in your town, and there's a page at like the best of salons in New Jersey, and my salon's website's linked on that from Yelp, that's a solid backlink. or from like newjersey.com. So that's what you want to really make sure you're leveraging organic, natural backlinks. No bullshit like some guy from India putting 5,000 backlinks to your website, and dummy websites don't work.
Amanda Lee on Facebook wants to know, what would I even blog about?
Amanda Lee, what do you do? Guys, this goes back to the question yesterday. Your clients' consultations are full of information for you to blog about. Every single question your client has, anything going on in like the hair world, it's wintertime. Dry scalp, dry hair, breakage in the winter. Should you go lighter or darker in the wintertime? How to keep your hair healthy in the wintertime? How to style your hair after wearing a hat? Like, I give you 15 different versions of like examples of what you should write about. And then come spring, you have a whole new series. Think about the weather. Think about breakage. Think about what you're an expert in. How often should you get a haircut? Those are all blogs. So anything that a client might want to know, information-wise, that you have the answer to, that's a blog. Because they're going to ask ChatGPT, and then where's ChatGPT getting information? AI doesn't know the answer. AI uses the words that are on the internet to form an answer to give to the person. Let them use your site to form the answer, so it goes back to you. Yeah, there's no shortage of content to write.
Grit and Gloss, New Jersey. She just joined the chat, and I think you talked about this already, but thoughts on paying to be the top result on Google?
Yeah, I think in the beginning of the live, you could pay to be the top, but you have to be working organically to make sure you become the top without paying for it. It's 100% necessity, because you're going to keep on spending money to become number one. And what's going to happen is, if your website sucks, if you don't have a good service, first off, if your social media is terrible, if all those pieces of the pie are terrible, no one's going to eat your pie. So it's important that every different piece is 100% effective. So your social media has all the proper keywords and all the different names that it needs to have on your Instagram post. Your captions need to be well written. Your name on your Instagram, same with your Facebook. And then all your different booking websites. You can open up 15, 20 of them. That all that information is dialed in. Then your website needs to be structurally sound, loads fast, optimized for mobile. That, if you want to look it up, it's called responsive. If you're buying a theme, I think they all are responsive now, but make sure you test it in mobile. You're building it on a desktop, test it in mobile. 99% of all the activity is going to be on mobile anyway. So then once that's dialed in, then you start running your ads. If you just need to get traffic, then you could run ads to specific pages or run ads on your Google business page, is fine too. But if your website experience is terrible, it's just going to cost you more to get people there.
We got,
and we're going to wrap up the questions, guys. So
the Painted Ladies Salon, where in a tiny town is it easier to rank?
If I was in a tiny town, I would crush it. I could crush it in any town when it comes to ranking. It's much harder to rank in the city because there's 5,000 salons in a 2-mile radius. So you want to really focus. Here's the thing with tiny towns. You have to have a good reputation, because your reputation will get sabotaged if you're not good at what you do. Focus on reputation and like the best of, because you want to make sure people are looking for the best of in that town, the best haircut, the best highlight, the best salon. You want to be ranking for that. That's super important. And if you're not the best, you have to become the best. So your reviews are really important to protect.
Maria Gonzalez, is my Google business page, is Google My Business the same as Google Business Profile?
Yeah, same thing. It's just, it used to be called the Google Business page. Now it's called like Google My Business, or it used to be called Google My Business. Now it's like your Google Business Profile or page. Guys, there's an update section on your Google Business page. Treat that like a piece of social media. That should be happening on a consistent basis too. If not daily, 3 times a week is a great rhythm. So if you're posting 3 blogs a week, 3 Google Business page updates a week.
Balayage Boss 614. Is Yelp worth it or not?
I hate Yelp personally. And if anyone from Yelp is watching right now, you guys suck. And I mean that. I'm sorry, but you guys suck. Your whole review thing is brutal. Like, I have so many reviews that were 5-star you don't show. You give me some bullshit about it being the algorithm. Yelp used to be really good. Their advertising platform was great. I think Yelp fell off dramatically. And I think that in a couple of years, Yelp may not even exist. They had a strong showing in the beginning of Yelp's existence, but I don't like their sales tactics. I don't like how they can't help you with the reviews. I don't like anything about Yelp. I'll be honest with you. I think it sucks. So personally, I would rather spend my money on Google and Meta.
BHD Kanai, can you change your address on that Google update page?
Yeah, you can change your address on Google Business. You just got to go through like an approval process, but it might take them a day. They might ask you to verify by sending you like a card with a code on it to that address, but yeah, you can change your address. In fact, we have to do that for one of our clients because her old salon's ranking above her new one, and it's causing an issue with her Google Business page.
I have 2 locations. Does that mean I need 2 profiles or 1?
You got 2 mortgages or 2 leases? I bet you do. Yeah, you want to have 2. You could have 1 website, and then you need 2 Google Business pages because they're 2 different doors people walk in.
Soya Mato, she's back. I have hi Nick, with Google daily / weekly updates, do I post the same as I post on IG?
Ooh, great question. Yeah, I would change it a little bit, but I would take the picture that you post on IG and I would explain a little more detail what that picture is and what town it's in, and be a little more localized with the verbiage you're using on that page. But that's the best question I think we got all day. Beautiful question. I don't know if it was the way James pronounced it, but I like that question.
I'm pretty good at reading, Nick. I read it at second grade
level. You just learned.
I read it at second grade level. What about companies that guarantee page 1? Are they legit or scams?
It's really hard to guarantee page 1. I do this. This is one of my businesses. And the amount of content we put out for people is obscene. And some people still struggle. There's too many factors that will keep you off page 1. I can get you to rank guaranteed on page 1. Find out what they're going to get you to rank for on page 1. Your salon's name? Yeah, no shit. That's easy to rank for page 1. Best salon in New York City? Good fucking luck. You know what I mean? More than likely, it's just a bait and switch. It's like when you go to buy the car and the lease is $225 a month for the tricked out Lexus, and you get there and oh, that one sold out, and then you walk out paying $1,200 a month for a shitty Lexus. It's like the bait and switch. They're never going to guarantee you that. If they do give you a guarantee, tell them, instead of me paying you, how about I give you a percentage of all the new clients that come in from your SEO? No one will ever do that, I promise you, because they can't guarantee it. I'll do it though. I'll do the SEO for you and take a percentage of all the new clients that come in.
We have Grit and Gloss, New Jersey again. Sorry, joined late. Heard you talking about blogs towards the end of it. What are your thoughts on podcasts?
All right.
Well, we're doing a podcast right now.
Yeah. For a hairstylist, for a salon owner, I think it's brilliant. Even for a hairstylist, what is it that you want? Before you guys market, right? Before we talk about SEO, let's go back to the basics here. What do you want to be known for? First off, what do you want to have happen from your content? Do you want to become famous? Do you want to become busy in the salon? That's the first question you ask yourself. So what do you want to have happen with this podcast? How many local people are listening to your podcast? And is it the type of podcast? Let me just now unpack this whole thing. Are you a local authority with the best hair salon where you could film a live podcast in your salon where you interview local businesses and maybe local celebrities type of deal, where the girl who just won the dance competition or the football team who won the high school, let's say they went to the world championships in football. I don't watch football, but interview the coach. If you do a local podcast like that, So all the local people tune into it because guess what's going to happen? That coach would tell his friends that, oh, I'm on a podcast, listen to it. They're going to listen to the podcast that you are the host of in your salon. Then that could work. So if that's what you want, if you just want to be like the next Joe Rogan, I don't know what to tell you because you're going to just be splitting your time for no reason. So you want to get busy in the salon, capitalize that podcast on bringing local people who have some authority in the area that will bring more attention to your salon that you could really leverage that person's popularity. That's what I would do if I had a local podcast. That's a pretty brilliant idea, though. I should be doing that. Actually, now that I'm actually unpacking it live, that's a pretty fucking good idea.
Turnip Seed Teresa, can you message me what you would charge me to work with you on my salon?
Cool. DM me at Nick Marabella or go to apply.nickmarabella.com. All the information is right there. But the program itself, like we go in depth and all that stuff. And so it really takes salon owners from being hairstylists who own a salon to being entrepreneurs who do hair. Right? Because what we do is we are really good at hair, and then our boyfriend or a husband or a friend's like, you should own a salon. You're like, I should. Then you open a salon, you're like, fuck, this is terrible. I don't know what I'm doing. I'm really good at hair. How come I'm not busy? How come people are walking out? Because you don't have the skills of an owner yet. So then you learn the hard way, and eventually you're 40, you're pissed, you're miserable, and your back hurts, and you still have to work behind the chair in order to profit because you have all this debt that accumulated because you did everything wrong for the last 20 years. We don't want that to happen. So what I do is I teach you how to think like an entrepreneur. That means your vision. Like when I asked before, what do you want to have happen? What do you want to be known for? You need to have a vision because you need a direction to go into. And once you get there, if it wasn't your vision, you're going to be successful and be like, this is terrible. I don't like anything about my salon. So we got to dial that in first. Then you have to learn leadership, marketing, operations, and all of that. So we teach you how to really be an entrepreneur that does hair rather than a hairstylist that owns a business. I think that is what's missing in our industry, and that's the void that I'm filling. So please reach out to me. I would love to help.
Grit and Gloss, New Jersey said it's a great idea as well. So you're not the only one who thinks that.
That's a really good idea with the podcast. Honestly, like I was even thinking of doing that in the beginning, interviewing hairstylists in the area, like local hairstylists, which is what I think I might do because I want to build up my my staff here in Fairfield. And so just reach out to local hairstylists, like, hey, I love to do a podcast. I think your work is great. Love to talk about, some of your strategies on color, your oil placement, how you cut hair. That will work too. All right, guys, I got time for like one or two more questions.
The salon coach Amy, love this topic, Nick. Can you touch on Google Maps ranking specifically?
Yeah, so Google Maps and Google My Business and the Google Business page and the Google Business profile, it's all the same thing. The Google Maps app on your phone is actually your Google Business profile. So your Google updates to make the address, name, phone number, that whole thing, your about us, your services being listed. Here's some low-hanging fruit for you guys. The FAQ section, there's like a frequently asked questions section on your Google Maps or Google Business profile. Make sure you log into a different email, ask like 50 questions, then answer them from the email that owns that Google Business page. That's going to show that you are active on that. The thing Google wants is you to be active on the Google Maps page and the Google Business page. If you're active every day, answering reviews, make sure your clients are leaving the service they got in your reviews. It's super important because then that word highlight comes up. If you want to start ranking for extensions in your town, have people leaving the word extensions inside of the reviews. Then you also make sure that's in your Google Business page somewhere.
We got what's the deal with keywords? How do I know which ones to use?
When it comes to keywords, think of questions that people have. I want people to stop thinking about keywords because keywords are going to, I don't want to say you're going to be dead. Keywords aren't going to be as relevant and important because it's going to be, things are being asked verbally now with like Siri and other things. And in AI, you want to make sure you're ranking for like questions and terms almost. Who is the best salon in Fairfield, New Jersey? What is better? Like what color line is better? Like that's a blog you can write on your website. Why you guys use Goldwell over Redken? And you want to be ranking for things like that, like keywords, whatever, like Salon, best salon in New Jersey, balayage. It's not going to really help you anymore because that AI snippet on the top of Google, that's going to stop people in their tracks. Like they're going to get the answer there. That piece of AI, James, what's that called? That little snippet, that, forget the word for it right now, but that little bit of AI information right there. Blurb, yeah, whatever you want to call it. It's called something else, but that is pulling from the rest of the internet. So if you have AEO, which is answer engine optimization, if you're optimized for these answer engines to serve that information, that is what's important. Think about how people speak and the questions they ask, and then make sure you have the answer to that question in a way that they can understand. Put on your website somewhere, because the AI models, they're still like machines. Like, I don't think they're not people. They're not like robots like in the Terminator. They don't know anything. They just pull from information, patterns of words. So I want everyone to fully understand that. ChatGPT will hallucinate. Claude will hallucinate a little bit less, but these things make up answers. So it needs to pull the information and the data from somewhere that's credible so it can give it to the person who needs the answer. So if you don't have the EEAT, the experience, the expertise, the authoritativeness, and the trust, it's not going to serve your content. All right, ladies and gentlemen, that is my information on how to become #1 on Google. If you want help with that, please do me a favor, reach out to me. I'm at Nick Marabella on Instagram. You could sign up for a newsletter. I got a great email that goes out on a daily basis that helps you with these problems in your salon. But if you're ready to stop playing average and you're ready to be like, I really want to be an entrepreneur that owns a salon rather than a stylist that owns a salon and have it own me, you're probably burnt out, you're probably exhausted, or you're probably making a good amount of money, or on paper, you look like you're rich, but you have no profits. Do me a favor, reach out to me. There is a better way. I'd love to help. Tune in if you guys want to watch this. Like every day, we're going to be kicking off new lives again. I know we did this like a year ago, but I'm back at it again. On YouTube is where you can catch the replay, but also on my website, go to nickmarabella.com, hit the podcast menu button tab thing, and it will bring you right to all the podcasts. So you can watch it on Apple, Spotify, right, James?
You can listen to it.
You can listen to it. But if you want to watch it,
YouTube,
and see how amazing this video is, you could go to YouTube and watch that.
Yeah, everybody thinks you're AI. It's so good.
But ladies and gentlemen, hope this helped you at least maybe learn the language of marketing so you could become #1 on Google. And then you don't need to spend a lot of money on ads because you're ranking #1. And you also now won't get taken advantage of from some sleazy SEO agency because you know what you're talking about. And I hope you learned something today. So guys, if you're watching on YouTube, make sure you click subscribe. If you're on Facebook, shoot me a follow. Head over to my Instagram so we can get into a conversation and see if I can help. And I think you guys are amazing. Thanks for watching. See you later.